Hey, everybody. This week, we're going to be talking about websites. Make sure your website is up to date, making sure your website is, I don't mean up to date as far as content, I mean up to date as far as SEO. Two things I want to talk about. SEO. If anyone ever says they can help you with your SEO or they sell a package to you about SEO, run. There is no such thing. There is just knowing how to develop SEO on your website. So, search engine optimization is exactly what it says. It's ranking your site up when people are searching for your services or what you do or your product based on your searchability on the net. So, 80% of all searches are done on Google. So, definitely got to make sure Google is my business, Google My Business, Google Maps. Make sure everything's always up to date. You should have a login on the back end where you log in and you can change your office hours, you can change your location, you can update your website. Google is now going towards an Instagram type feel. Instagram feel means like the scrolling of pictures, like and posts. So when you go onto Instagram, you're pretty much scrolling through, looking at pictures and videos to keep up with your friends, family, reels, whatever it may be. That's the feel that Google's leaning to in 2022 and now into 2023 is that they want to make Google more interactive. And so posting to your Google posts is actually important as well. There is a small percentage, some of the blogs that I've read have said anywhere between 5 to 8% influence on your SEO searchability. So we're going to stop saying SEO. So searchability, rankings, when somebody puts in your service, let's say you're a dentist, they put it in, and you're close by, there's a whole matrix that goes into this and how you're searched and how you pop up on the search on Google. Sometimes you might get frustrated when you search at home for your business and you're on the second page, but you're searching for yourself all the time and doing stuff for your business all the time that your IP address is giving you a false sense of ranking. So if you've been searching for yourself a lot or you've been doing all your business work on that computer and that IP address, when you search for your business, you may show up on the second one on the first page, which is actually false. So get some family from a different IP address or friends in your community to search for your business organically, put in the name ABC Chiropractic, and then see where it ranks on their page because their IP address is not ranked. And there's some ways to do it yourself as well, where you can hide your IP and then do searches as well. But let's get into websites. I got a couple for you here. There's a couple ways you can go with websites. You can use a templated website, and you'll see companies like this that do a lot of chiropractic websites. And I'm sure it's the same in optometry and dental and all the service providers. There's major companies that do this, like iMatrix, Perfect Patients, yada yada yada. And when you use one of their websites, and I know Dr. Ryan will be okay with me using his. When you use one of theirs, they just have it down right. They know what to do. They've got these templated. They've got this one's Perfect Patients, and they just look good. The bad thing about templated websites is that there's 1,000 other chiropractic web pages that are exactly the same. The pictures are different, but Google doesn't see that. Google doesn't see the pictures and the colors that you're putting on here. They're looking at scrolling the text with their bots and seeing content. So when you go back here and then you see something about, um, blogs or information on the site, these things are the same on all 1,000 websites. So Google says, well, this is just a templated website. You're going to lose points on your searchability. So that's the thing about templated websites. That's where you kind of lose a little bit of leverage. The good thing about developing your own website through a web developer is that you will get custom content and custom backlinks as long as your developer knows this stuff. So if your developer knows this stuff, then they will design it properly for you. And the thing that your website should do, here's the top things that you need. When you land on your page on desktop or mobile, I'm obviously using desktop right now, is call us. Like right away should be there, and it should be clickable on mobile devices. So when they click this, they can call you. I mean, that's pretty much the reason why they're doing this. To be honest with you, 80% of people use Google. So therefore, when they're searching your business, they're using your Google map and they're clicking that button. That's where Google gets all your data and tells you, hey, you get so many calls per month is because people are clicking that. And the number one reason you're getting so many calls from Google is because your current patients are just looking it up to call you. They just don't save your phone number in their phone. Just the way it is. Google's quicker than saving the phone number in the phone, and that's why they do that. But organic search, you want to make it as simple as possible. So we have to think of our website as a quick flyer that potential clients are using to find you. So when they finally search for you or land on you, when they're searching for chiropractor, let's just go to a search and go to chiropractor near me. Chiropractor, using one hand because I want to get a good audio on this, near me. We're going to rank up here. You're going to see who's paying for their ads first, but then here you go. Here is your ranks. They'll go from places on the maps, and then the actual ranks will show up here. And then you'll see what's going on in your community through here. So if we go this way and we click on the link, this is what you're going to see. And call, directions, website are all here. And these just want to be up to date. Now, Google is working on this stuff with the posts on the back end, which can rank you a little bit higher if you're posting more regularly. So think about that and how you can post a little bit more regularly that way. And then our website. So here, that's step number one. So the good thing about custom is now you can have a back end blog site that is very unique and not cookie cutter like all the other templated blogs that you get from everywhere. And these ones are what Google will end up ranking higher, because what is a blog? A blog is pretty much a written description of whatever you want to talk about, and it creates content. And this is text. A blog is all text, and these are what the bots are going through. They're looking at this stuff, and they're looking at keywords. So when we're talking about acupuncture, we should be having acupuncture in the text many, many, many times over and over and over again to make sure the bots confer that this is actually talking about acupuncture, which is great. That's the most used word in this search, right? So when people are searching for acupuncture, there you go. You have this whole site on there. And then under your services, you got more about acupuncture, and we just keep repeating acupuncture. If you're a chiropractor, you should have tons of information about chiropractic and a whole bunch of blogs about this. Then the number one, I think, gold standard when it comes to websites is your backlinks. Who do you have backlinking your sites? So it's great to have other businesses on here. So when you click, you can see their websites. I think we also have a network as well. That's services, and then we got network. We'll figure that out. But more importantly is you're going to have these businesses have your website on their website. Does that make sense? Your URL of your website on their website. Now Google, now in the matrix, you're crisscrossing everywhere, and your URL is popping up all over the place in your community. The closer to your brick and mortar location, the better. Those surrounding businesses around there that are independently owned, that control their website, will put something like this in there. And then I use this as an example for community, for the businesses around us, so that they can see this and be like, oh, hey, Barb, she owns Fitness 320. She'll go out and like, look what I did for you. You've been on our website forever. You've been on our website for over a year. I have you linked up here. Could you do the same for me on my business? Hey, Labor of Love, we've had you on our website forever. Can we be on your directory on your website? Something like this is a great example. That would be great. Hey, Pizza Place, we've had you on our website forever. Now you're really messing up Google and being like, what? Okay, well, fitness, that makes sense. Chiropractor, midwifery, that makes sense. Chiropractor, pizza, what's going on here? Coffee shop, what's going on here? Auto mechanic? Whoa, hang on. Why are you showing up with auto mechanic? And to get really smart with it, writing a blog about pizza and chiropractic, writing a blog about auto mechanic and chiropractic. That's an easy one, getting aligned. Just some examples that you can do. This is where you develop a strong foundation to your website, no matter what you do, whether you change it, change the URL, move locations. When you have this cross link in here, you're going to do absolutely fantastic. Then make sure you are listed on all directories properly. All your information across all directories. You can use moz.com, moz.com. and check your directory or check your information in there. You put it in once in your profile description under Moz, and Moz ends up going through directories on the internet and just matching it up for you. When you first do this, it's going to ask you to upload a picture. That picture that you use, probably your logo, is going to change your Facebook, your Instagram. Automatically, you're going to be like, why did that change? Why did that change the picture? It used to be a picture of my face. Now it's my logo. Don't freak out. You haven't been hacked. Moz took that picture and put it right across the internet on all your profiles, which is good because now you have repeatable phone number that it's exact, repeatable email addresses that are exact. This increases your rank on your website. Simple stuff you can do to monitor. You know by now, if you've been watching the videos, calling me and talking to me, that the difference and what I harp on and will always harp on is you are in full control of your business. Your success is your fault. Your failure is your fault. We have to be real about that. So when you hit goals, you reward yourself every single time because you earned it. And when you fail, don't slap yourself on the wrist. Learn, redevelop, remold, make a change, and then fix that fix. That's what I provide for you. And I'm going to keep doing this. And it's free. Just join the group. This group will always be free. Just join the group, invite your friends. Let's build a community here, and let's get more and more information that's useful to you. Finally, somebody asked me, Enrico, can you talk about websites and what you know? I am no expert. We have got people in this group that are experts on websites. They just stay quiet. The rule about Marketing 101 for chiropractors is that it is for chiropractors. So if you're a chiropractor, you're allowed to be loud and ask anything you want and do whatever you want in the group. You can ask questions about technique, adjusting, money, care plans, whatever it is, insurance. Anyone else that's been, I told them, if you're not a chiropractor, you are a fly on the wall. If you write any posts or advertise to this group, you are going to get kicked out. So they know the rules, and that none of them want to advertise, but sometimes they're biting their lips because they want to answer a question. I said, if you're an expert in it, go ahead and answer the question. So you may have questions about websites. Put it in here. There's a couple of people hiding around in here that are not chiropractors, but they're website developers. And they're like, boom, there's my cue to answer a question. Or I'll tag them and I'll say, hey, Clay does my website at Dripify. Right. Where is it? Did you tag it? It's okay. Dripify. Give him a call. And then he's done a great job. So that's one. But there's been many people that have done a great job. John Watson from Accrue Marketing. He's fantastic. He knows his stuff. But that's what you want to be doing on your website. So rule number one, let's recap. Number one, instant capture of information. People should be on here in the first, you got 3 seconds. Remember all that rule about website landing. 3 seconds to catch their attention. You've got your phone number up at the top. You got an email. You got to contact us. A very simple form that you can capture their information right here, and you're good to go. Another little trick for Google to avoid bots, if you have a bot problem with your website, is to ask a few more questions. Just, have you been to, what this does is bots won't fill up all these answers, which is nice. And then they can't click, I am not a bot. So these things work too. Either way, as long as you have 1, 2, 3, full name, phone number, and email, and you hit OK, submit with this, I'm not a bot, I think that's a good enough intake form. We just do this because we were getting tons of contact us forms. And we just said, hey, let's use this opportunity while they're here and give them an extra 30 seconds to just answer these questions so that when we call them, we know they were in a recent car accident or they are currently pregnant. It was just useful for our practice. And I haven't seen this on anyone else's websites. And then we have a portal through Sked that people can just go in and log in and book an appointment. So that's cool there. Number two, display your contact info. You have to have your contact info. The phone number is number one. And then right at the bottom of every page, you should be easily contacted through there or on your contact us page, which I am on right now. Make sure that's there too. Easily scrollable. Your website has to be clean. It has to be super clean. There's ADA compliances now too. I mean, you have to have a very clean website that's readable, searchable, even for the visibly impaired. There's rules about that now. I've heard some horror stories of people going through getting dinged with that. There's lawyers literally searching the websites for non-ADA compliant websites and then sending you a letter in the mail saying, hey, we're suing you. That would suck. So make sure you have that easily scroll. It just means clean. The text is easily readable. The best rule to follow is black text on a white background. Once you start getting into fancy little stuff like some people's footers here, now we got dark colors in the background. This may not be ADA compliant. So make sure, and if you do, you just use white text. Make sure it's all readable and all clickable and searchable. And a good website developer will do that for you. Number 4 is your information across the website is all right. And number 5, the backlinks. Okay. Those are your 5 things. Those are the things you should walk away with today. Go and review it. It takes 15 minutes to review it. Create a Moz account. I think there's a free version, and I think there's another one that's $10 a month. You could sign up and then cancel after 2 months just to make sure your directories, I would sign up for Moz and keep it for at least 3 or 4 months. $10 a month, 3 or 4 months. And then if you want to delete that or cancel that subscription, you can, because at least you knew your directories were updated for 3 or 4 months. And then you could do that every year or 2 and just make sure your stuff's good, especially if you move or change phone numbers. Make sure all the directories are searchable back there. Google is the number 1 search engine. Number 2 is Amazon, just because of the amount of searches they get, but people go directly to Amazon to buy stuff. So if we negate Amazon, they're not number 2. Yahoo is number 2 and Bing is number 3. But 80% Google, 7% Yahoo, 3 to 4% Bing. The other 9% is Amazon. But that's it. Google, you got it. Whether you use Google or not, make sure you are updated on there. If you have any questions, ask us. Ask in the group. Let's get engaged and keep inviting people to this group. The larger this gets, the more questions and the more engaging the group gets. And that's where I found value in some of the groups that I'm in. They're highly engageable. There's questions all the time that make you think. And today was websites. And now I've got you thinking all weekend. You're like, oh, maybe I should review my website. Boom. That was great because it's keeping you focused on your business. So let's keep going. Have a great week and take care.